Imagine a city bathed in sunlight, where gods and goddesses walked among mortals. This was Athens, the cradle of Western civilization. Here, amidst the bustling marketplaces and towering temples, a revolutionary idea took root: democracy. Athens gave birth to a system of government where ordinary citizens, not kings or tyrants, held the power. This legacy continues to shape our world. Democracy, a word derived from the Greek words demos, people, and kratos, rule, embodies the principle of power residing with the people. In Athens, this meant that citizens directly participated in government. They debated laws, elected officials, and served on juries. This was a radical departure from the monarchies and oligarchies prevalent in the ancient world. Before Athens became a full-fledged democracy, it grappled with social and political unrest. The gap between the rich and poor was vast. Many Athenians were burdened by debt and even faced slavery. Into this turmoil stepped Solon, a wise Athenian statesman. In 594 BC, Solon was appointed lawgiver with extraordinary powers. He implemented sweeping reforms. Solon abolished debt slavery, freeing those trapped in servitude. He also established a system of social classes based on wealth. This granted political rights to more citizens, though the wealthiest still held the most influence. Solon's reforms laid the groundwork for Athenian democracy, but the road to true equality was still long. The story of Athenian democracy is incomplete without mentioning Cleisthenes, often hailed as the father of democracy. In 508 BC, Cleisthenes, a noble Athenian, rose to prominence. He championed further reforms to empower the common people. Cleisthenes aimed to break the hold of aristocratic families on Athenian politics. He reorganized Athenian society, not based on lineage or wealth, but on residency. Cleisthenes divided Athens into 10 tribes, each composed of citizens from different areas and social classes. This ingenious system fostered unity and cooperation among diverse groups. It diluted the influence of the elite. Cleisthenes also introduced ostracism, a unique mechanism to safeguard Athenian democracy. The assembly power to the people. At the heart of Athenian democracy was the assembly, open to all male citizens over the age of 18. This institution was revolutionary for its time, providing a space where citizens could directly participate in the governance of their city-state. The assembly was the supreme decision-making body in Athens. It held the ultimate authority over public policy and governance, making it a cornerstone of Athenian democracy. It convened on a hill called the Nix, capable of holding thousands of citizens. This location was not just a physical space, but a symbol of democratic engagement and civic responsibility. Here, Athenians debated and voted on crucial matters, including laws, declarations of war, and treaties. The debates were often passionate, reflecting the diverse opinions and interests of the citizenry. Participation in the assembly was both a right and a duty. Every citizen was expected to take part in the decision-making process, ensuring that the government truly represented the will of the people. It was a platform where every citizen, regardless of their social standing, could voice their opinions. This inclusivity was a radical departure from other forms of governance at the time, which were often dominated by elites. The assembly exemplified direct democracy in its purest form. Citizens did not elect representatives to make decisions on their behalf. Instead, they participated directly in the legislative process. Decisions were made by majority vote, and every citizen's vote carried equal weight. This principle of equality in voting was a fundamental aspect of Athenian democracy, ensuring that each voice had the power to influence the outcome. Guardians of Democracy, the Council of 500. This council played a crucial role in the governance of ancient Athens, ensuring that the democratic principles were upheld and that the city-state functioned smoothly. While the assembly was the ultimate authority, the day-to-day administration of Athens was entrusted to the Council of 500. This body was essential in managing the complexities of the city's affairs, from public works to financial oversight. This council consisted of 500 citizens, 50 from each of the 10 tribes, chosen by lot. This method of selection was designed to ensure fairness and equal representation, reflecting the democratic ethos of Athens. The Council of 500 was responsible for preparing the agenda for the assembly, drafting laws, and overseeing the implementation of policies. They meticulously reviewed proposals and ensured that all legislative matters were thoroughly considered before being presented to the assembly. Members served for 1 year and could not serve consecutive terms. This rule was in place to prevent the concentration of power and to promote a continuous influx of fresh perspectives and ideas. This ensured a rotation of power and prevented any individual or group from gaining undue influence. By rotating members annually, the council maintained a dynamic and balanced approach to governance. The Council of 500 acted as a vital check on the assembly, preventing hasty decisions and safeguarding the interests of all citizens. Their role was to deliberate carefully, ensuring that the laws and policies enacted were in the best interest of the entire populace, thus embodying the spirit of Athenian democracy. Justice for all. The Athenian court system. Justice in Athens was also a matter of public participation. Athenian courts were composed of juries, chosen by lot from among ordinary citizens. These juries, ranging in size from hundreds to thousands, heard cases and delivered verdicts. The Athenian justice system relied heavily on the principle of trial by jury. This ensured that justice was not meted out by a select few, but was decided upon by a cross-section of Athenian society. The Athenian legal system was renowned for its fairness and impartiality, a testament to the democratic ideals upon which it was founded. The legacy of Athens, a ripple effect. The Athenian experiment with democracy, though ultimately short-lived, left an enduring and profound legacy. The idea that ordinary citizens could govern themselves, participating directly in the political process, was truly revolutionary. Athenian democracy served as a beacon of inspiration for many later civilizations. The founding fathers of the United States, for instance, drew heavily upon Athenian principles when crafting their own system of government. The concepts of popular sovereignty, civic duty, and the rule of law, all central to modern democracies, can be traced back to the bustling streets of ancient Athens. Echoes of ancient voices. As we stand in the 21st century, the echoes of those ancient Athenian voices still resonate. The city of Athens, with its rich tapestry of history and modernity, serves as a living reminder of the past. The ancient stones and ruins whisper stories of a time when democracy was in its infancy, a bold experiment that would shape the future of governance. Their experiment in democracy, though far from perfect, reminds us of the power of citizen engagement and the importance of a government accountable to its people. In those early assemblies, citizens gathered to voice their opinions, debate policies, and cast their votes using simple tokens. These acts of participation laid the groundwork for the democratic principles we hold dear today. The legacy of Athens challenges us to strive for a more just and equitable world, where the voices of all citizens are heard and valued. The debates and discussions that took place in the Agora were not just about governance, but about the very essence of human rights and equality. They remind us that democracy is a living, breathing entity that requires constant nurturing and vigilance. The story of Athenian democracy is a testament to the enduring human spirit, a spirit that dares to dream of a better world and strives to make that dream a reality. Philosophers and thinkers of the time, like Socrates and Plato, engaged in dialogues that questioned the status quo and sought to understand the deeper meaning of justice and governance. As we grapple with the complexities of our own time, we would do well to remember the lessons of ancient Athens and the enduring power of democracy. The struggles and triumphs of those early citizens serve as a beacon of hope and a call to action, urging us to continue the pursuit of a society where every voice is heard and every individual has the power to shape their destiny. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe for more content on history and democracy.